What up, gamers? It's Noon here, back with episode 33 of our campaign as the Command, and currently we're dealing with the Great Insubordination. We've taken back 2 of our insubordinate sub-commands, and now we have to take the Dragon Command, for which we need this Iron Province, and then to take their capital. Then we're going to take out Azjakuma. It is funny that we managed to get the Tiger Command guy just in time. Let's also quickly state all of these back up. Thrilling stuff. Classic EU4 gameplay moment. This is reducing our income significantly in the short term. See all the state income dropping down by a ducat or two, but that's fine. It'll all be worth it soon. Alright. Making 46 a month. We're heading back up towards our governing cap. And I don't really want you doing that anymore, my friend. Why don't you come in here? Alright, let's go. Inno for 3 grand crowns. It's so close to being worth it, but I don't think we can just at the moment. If we didn't have to take another loan, I absolutely would. Okay, one of our generals has died. It's this guy. It's fine. Ever since they escaped our grasp, the treacherous Oni have been seeking to undermine us at every turn during our moment of weakness, their agents and diviners constantly prying for information to sell to the disloyal commands. Ha, command singular. These constant attempts at subterfuge have stretched our own counter-espionage capabilities thin, and with the latest development, severely damaged them. The Oni recently succeeded in assassinating one of our high-level agents, causing chaos within our already strained espionage agency. This has crippled our ability to detect spies amongst our midst for the foreseeable future. Okay. Get the... guess Wolfborn. Come and siege this down. Okay, so we need the Iron Province. It's okay. Alright. Get back on down here. Do you have any allies? You do not, and you're actually at war right now. Wouldn't be a bad time to declare. 39k. Yeah, we can just send our merc stack over to deal with them, I think. They're guaranteed by Jiansang. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Alright, in that case, we'll have to deal with it later. Okay, so you come on down here. You come and take Wukyun, which is the one that we actually need. Oh. Excuse me. The dog says, "Bork." It's interesting information. Hopefully whatever it is stops, so I don't have to stop this recording. But if he keeps being a nuisance, I shall. Okay. Another general dead. Not one that we had used. Okay, we can get a government reform. Not the greatest timing in some levels for government reform in the middle of war, but we'll get what we can. AE impact and reduced stab hit. Unrest is quite good. And the influence reduction reduces the cost of parliament bribes. That's not terrible. Reduced expanded administration cost, not super useful. Liberty desire and harsh treatment. And rebel suppression. National unrest. Heretic and heathen provinces do not give any penalties. We do have a lot of those. Actually, I think we can afford to keep doing this as well. Where is it? This one. I think I'm just going to take the unrest and separatism one. It's not incredible. That's fine. Yep, he sure is Borgin. Okay. Let's see. We should be able to take this decision now. And soon we'll have it encircled. Another general dead. But again, not one that we're actually currently using. This has been a really easy war thanks to Kudet Kai suffering on our behalf. Just going to repay all of these. Yeah, it looks like I didn't really need those. But I think it was still probably a good decision to try to take them. Now, I'd rather not fight all of these separatists. It's possible they'll just nick off into Bianfeng soon. Yeah, it's got 521% defense. Tell you what, let our mercs take the brunt of it, and then we'll reinforce them. We might even get the defense here. Yeah, we do, which is nice. We probably don't need all of our armies even, but whatever. It is pretty irritating. Let's encircle. And get rid of their supply. Right. I liked it better when you were fighting Kudet Kai, if I'm honest. Half-orc mercs. No, I'll take the legitimacy. Okay, we're back up to close to full here. I don't really want to spread devastation in all of these provinces, so maybe I just won't. Just the ones we've already occupied. That seems reasonable. War exhaustion is high. Let's just reduce it by 1 click. Okay, lose 100 ducats, no biggie. You know, this disaster was easier than I was expecting, if I'm being real. I can take Elephantine Walls now. I think I'm actually going to wait until after we finish this, because I think we'll have some extra provinces that get the advantage. Okay, another Golden Highway event. We can even start building up our army again, which is nice. You guaranteed until a particular time? No. Okay, infantry cost. It is actually pretty nice. Again, because I'm planning on building up my troops dramatically. Yeah, we're like half what we can afford. The Fallen Dragon. Silence finally overtakes the battlefield around Xicheng as the noise of the final cannon blast dies down. The great cannons of Xicheng, which once obliterated any attempt to take the capital, sit atop the walls as little more than decoration. The Boer Marshal orders the Kikun surrounding the city to bring the siege equipment into firing range to breach the walls. Without the support of their cannons, the walls of Xicheng fall quickly, and the march into the city commences. Resistance within the city was non-conventional. Traps using what little black powder remained in the city were used to cripple the soldiers as they flooded into the streets of Xicheng, as skirmishers harassed them from a distance. However, a city of engineers and inventors cannot resist the might of a fully drilled hobgoblin Kikun led by a marshal, and the city was soon overrun by a tide of soldiers. Fujiwani was found in the University of Xicheng, organizing resistance and experimenting with top engineers in the hopes of creating something that could repel the waves of soldiers. These efforts were ultimately futile as the remaining resistance was stamped out and Fujiwani was captured along with the university. Fujiwani is made to kneel before Grand Marshal Vitiro as he begins to speak. Your talent and ambition have brought you to a greater station than any soldier of your age. Even the great Mogyuan was 35 when he led our people out of the jade mines in our great campaign against the ruined kingdoms. Yet your ambition has festered into selfish aspirations of power, and your talent was not enough to stand against the combined wills of our great command. You've not only wasted your own potential, but the potential of thousands of brave soldiers, engineers, farmers, and artisans. Your gross transgressions cannot be allowed to stand. Vitiro pauses as her sword is faced in front of Fujiwani, and her hands are unbound. It is rare for someone of your age to grant this choice. Use it wisely. She chose wisely. Nice. The Armistice of 1639. The marching of boots, the beating of drums, the howling of horns. These are the sounds that fill the air in Cyrilovan on this triumphant day. The three-headed banner is waving proudly from every building in the sprawling city, as the smell of meat being prepared for a great... word missing, presumably feast, waft through the streets. The buzz of the central square dies down as Grand Marshal Vitiro approaches the podium to address the crowd, the sun shining down upon him. No longer shall we fight against our kin. The tiger, elephant, and dragon marshals have been crushed. Our great command is whole again. Our nation has always been strong in body, but the great insubordination showed the division within the mind of our great command. We have suffered greatly and lost much, yet our nation has been tempered by hardship. Now we are a nation both strong in body and united in purpose. Where we were once steel-forged, we are now mithril-forged. Some may think that this is the time for peace and recovery. They forget that our enemies beyond our borders will not wait for our rejuvenation. While we've been fighting amongst ourselves, our opponents have been preparing to attack us in our moment of weakness. There's no time for peace. Oh, excuse me. I'll be back in a sec. Sorry about that. The dog was alerting me about something very important, the details of which I could not ascertain. There is no time for peace. We must march against our enemies lest they forget who the true masters of Hellas are. Let the great campaign continue. The crowd erupts into jingoism as Grand Marshal Vitiro mounts his wag and leads the marching Kikun out of the city. The great command is reforged through blood, and all of Hellas trembles before its might. So we gain 100 legitimacy, which is just going to be monarch points, 25% army professionalism, 10 war exhaustion, and stab cost, morale, war score cost, and stab hit to declare war reductions until 49, so 10 years. Okay, cool. Good job, team. Bother. That maxed out our admin points in a unhelpful way. Oops, nope. Let's just state all of this up real quick. That's annoying. I should have spent that admin power. Still. Not the end of the world. Can we ward anything? No, we cannot. We can seize land, but everyone's not quite happy with us yet. We can do the special commissions, though. I think I will give all of these guys the special commissions. Oops. Let's do this one. And now we can get all of these missions. So, Shackled Claws. Many centuries ago, Harimar led his people out of the jungles of southern Rahen. Under his leadership, the Tiger people conquered the whole of Hellas. They swept all before them with the might of tooth and claw. However, the Harimari softened over time. Their lives of luxury and power lost them their edge, and their empire fractured. It is the weakened Harimari that the Tiger Command based their administration on. But perhaps if they learn aggression and ambition from the Harimari of old, they could pose a threat to us. We cannot let that come to pass. They shall remain administrators and be happy in their task. So, absolutism and legitimacy. This also gives us absolutism and legitimacy. We are close to our max absolutism. And we are at max legitimacy, so that's just going to be some points. How old's our dude? He's 47. Alright. Let's just dev this. And we'll take all of these missions. The Elephant Lords of Rahan have a method of execution whereby the condemned is nailed by their hands and feet to a flat stretch of ground, after which the presiding lord drives his elephants across them to trample them to death. Chill. While this method of execution isn't commonly practiced in South Hellas, it must undoubtedly be what the Elephant Command would do to us should they have proved themselves our betters. We must ensure this never happens. We will at the same time neuter their strength and ensure their willing cooperation. And muzzled breath. There's a story that the elders tell young hobgoblins to warn them of magic. It tells about two young warriors whose rivalry drives them to greatness and destruction. Both repeatedly best the other in tests of skill until one day Takamoto, the weaker and cleverer of the two, makes a pact with powers he does not comprehend. He defeats and kills his rival, but when he tries to use his newfound power in war, he kills not just the enemy, but also his comrades. Dragon Command's ambition is admirable, but we cannot let them be like Takamoto. Their advancement will be checked, that they don't destroy the entire command. Okay, so we'll take all three of those. And then here we need Ajakuma to be back in. And now we have 32 of these, so I will take this. We need manufactories. Tiger Hobgoblin. Alright. Alright. Alright, good job, team. We did well here. That was quite a fun little side mission. Let's split you up again. You can have a leader. And I guess we'll just keep these guys on. Why not? So... we have claims here. What do we need for these conquest missions? I think we should take advantage of all of those buffs that we've gotten. So we need Stromaya. We need a spy network in Bavari. We need Ishdan. We need all of that. Okay, that's pretty doable. So let's start by building a spy network here. Alright. Baihon Shin. Could we get you to break your alliance? No, I didn't think so. Seemed a little unlikely. What's Jed up to? They are currently losing some wars. Now, I think the time for our alliance with them is well and truly over. I don't really want to rival them either. Okay, Ashikuma would ally us. We can't vassalize them because they're too big. Jade March is nearly fully loyal. I wonder what's going to happen with them if there's some more events about that. Yeah, and we're going back to converting. Good, good, good. How are we going financially? We're going well financially, so let's get our missionary strength guy back. Let's get our Diplo rep guy back, and let's get our discipline guy back. Still making quite a large amount. And so this will give Sramaya a reduction. Okay. How many troops does Bavari have? 77. Alright. This should be easy enough. Okay, get those Kikuns back. I'd like to build a fort here. Let's get rid of this. And like, we can build our manpower up dramatically. Now, if I seize here, Lion Command will get mad. So, and then I won't be able to declare. Let's do all of these as well. Yep. Okay, another general dead. Cadet Kai wants soldiers. You know what? You were actually really helpful, so I will give you those soldiers. Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna need to fight these guys. How many troops do they have? 100,000. Alright. You know what? We'll get rid of them. We'll hire a different one. Let's take... Elephant Kikun? Sure. And... let's also just get one more stack of 50. Oh, we don't have enough money. Reasonable. Reasonable. Actually, you know what? I want you over here just so we can take these provinces real quick. And let's declare. Everyone's coming in. Cadet Kai is coming in. And we're going to declare for Sramaya. You just march straight on in there. You come here. You take that. Actually, you take this one. Oh, confront Bavari. Right, there we go. So let's take this one now. I read that one before. Through their control of the Karanyana Delta and their access to vast hordes of enslaved soldiers, the merchant lords of the Grand Republic of Bavari have become the potential to become a significant thorn in our side. Securing Sramaya, moreover, would grant us access to the reserves of coin and enslaved labor. Therefore, they're the most logical target for our forces. So we get 10 legitimacy, which is just random points. That's great. Thank you. Okay, there's the loyalty. So unfortunately, Jad is not involved in this war at all. I'll stop improving with them, there's not much point. I think we're basically on our own now. Okay. Get some buffs. Wow, this feels so peaceful and simple after our last one. Alright, so we're nearly positive on manpower despite being at war right now, which is lovely. Opportunism is a wretched thing, yet we understand its nature well. It is we who stormed the surface amidst the Raj turmoil, yet we cannot overlook such a transgression. The demons of Ajakuma were given every opportunity to submit, but nonetheless they chose to resist. The time has come to decide their fate through pen or sword. We must tighten the leash? Yeah, I think so. They are still guaranteed, but look, worst case scenario, we have to fight them as well. Okay, that was this one. We could go help our allies, our subjects, but I don't think so. Oh! And it happened? Yeah, nice. Okay, they rejoined. Love that. Love that for them. Oh, that was nice and easy. Loyalty enforced. Ah, it's annoying. I deactivated the mission thing when I didn't want to read those other ones before. Okay. It's a truth universally acknowledged that a strong state in possession of a large territory must be in want of an army. That's a great line. The purpose of this army is to project power both without and within its borders, and keep subjects loyal and may serve the state well in times of civil strife. While parts of this army may break off in revolt, the state needs more force to resist such indignities. This force is derived from loyalty and stability, and thus follows the cycle of the state. Force ensures loyalty and stability, and they, in turn, ensure force. We get the Togayasu petition. Gosh, there's been a lot of reading. You'd think that the wars might have a bit less text and a bit more fighting, but oh well. The Nozanoi, or Great Insubordination, has gotten close to destroying our society completely. Yet through blood, sweat, and death, we have prevailed against these traitors and opportunists. The slithering dragons have been muzzled, the stomping elephants have had their trumps blunted, and the wretched tigers have had their claws shackled. They kneel before us once more, yet their tongues have not stopped moving, it seems. The group of formerly rebellious command generals, known as the Togayasu Marshals, have come forward to us with a petition that they wrote when it became clear that their insubordination was doomed. They claim to have done this in complete secret and without their superiors' knowledge, seeing it as best for the Great Command, and their own lives, of course. They propose the following. The Dragon, Tiger, and Elephant commands will swear an oath of eternal loyalty and subordination to the Great Command in exchange for entrance into the war room as equals. They cite that their expertise, manpower, and production are indispensable, and that all with treachery in their hearts had been killed on the battlefield. It is now up to the Grand Marshal to decide what to do with this proposal. Will we allow them back, or only those that we deem trustworthy? I mean, I did say I'd be happy for them all to come in. But that was before the Great Insubordination. The legitimacy buffs are kind of nice, but we could also just not get the -2 legitimacy for it. I'm gonna say no. Get fucked. Shouldn't have gone to war with us, you jacks. Alright. These guys want a workshop there. These guys want a manufactory here. And these guys want a manufactory here. That's ivory, so I'm pretty tempted to do that one. This is coal. So one production is great. Yeah, let's do that. You can have a workshop. Thank you. Alright, and I believe that's another mission up here fulfilled. No? Oh, we need to own that. Need to own all of these. Alright. And a spy network of 50. Which doesn't do a lot for us, if I'm being real. Do we have claims over here? We do not. You're probably not very unhappy, are you? Yeah. Now we are getting close to our time limit. I would love to wrap up this war real quick. Oh, they're escaping. Reasonable. Reasonable and sensible, I would say. Lose some Navy tradition that we never had. Local unrest and production efficiency is great. Oh, and we've got no rebels basically now. That's awesome. And we can get an ability here. I guess none of these are very useful. I guess we'll take the autonomy one. Yeah. Okay, don't know why we had a truce with those guys, but that's fine. So, what do we need? All of those. Might take 2 wars. I think it's this? Yeah. Yep. Alright, 46. It's actually not nearly as much as I would have thought. Okay, nice. Oh, that was the quickest siege of all time. Okay, yeah, well you should be conducting the siege instead. You know, much better. We get a piece from Amtusiat. I don't really want anything from them is the thing. So I'm kind of tempted to just keep them in for war score. Unlike Mo Huang, who I would love to get out. Okay, Bavari now low. Minus 29. Alright, getting better. You know what? I'm gonna... I don't know, I'll go a couple more minutes. Because I had to cut for the dog barking. I'm not sure exactly how long this recording has been going. So this one might end up being slightly longer than usual. But, hopefully not an hour again, like a few episodes ago. That was a silly mistake. Okay, slave boom. Yeah, what ended up happening, that state edict, the laws of Ninun? Nothing. Interesting. Must have been, taken up. Human majority. Alright, let's try it here. I mean, yeah, it must have been taken over by, one of our insubordinates. Okay. The Black Blight. Reports from Zhejiang have reached the court of the command, delivering chilling accounts from the frightened survivors that paint a bleak and haunting picture. A plague has descended upon the land, manifesting as a foul and putrid black mold that clings to everything it touches. Those unfortunate enough to be afflicted by this mold are driven to madness within a matter of days, seemingly beyond the reach of reason or sanity. The horrifying spread of this affliction has prompted people to flee the region in large numbers, desperate to avoid succumbing to the same dire fate that has befallen their friends and family. The suspected cause of this calamity is a dark and malevolent spirit, seemingly intent on spreading misery throughout the land to compel us to take action. While confronting this entity directly would be reckless, ignoring the situation could prove disastrous for the region. Within the court, opinions diverge on how to proceed. Some vehemently oppose the idea of bargaining with the spirit, viewing it as a corrupt and malevolent force that must be eradicated, Ultimately, the decision lies with the Grand Marshal, and there's no clear-cut solution to this dire situation. However, a choice must be made, for time is of the essence. Okay, Spirit Swarms, 500 crowns and we lose all 3 of our guys, or Unrest and Devastation in Zhejiang. I mean, it's just growing grain. I don't really care that much. Get wrecked, Zhejiang. It's not ideal, but I don't want to deal with all the other stuff. We can turn up the speed here. Okay, they're nearly at 100%. These guys we're also at war with. Okay, 46%. They would take that now. And there would be a big old coalition about whom I care little. So, let's go right ahead and do that. Nice. Alright. That seems like a good place to end. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And, you know, let's go. Great command. We got our shit back together. Very exciting times. And I'll see you in the next episode.